And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
That's fine. Yeah.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
Rodgers now to throw. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Green 19th and on.
Rodgers going to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup at 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run. This is hard. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
This is Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Staying on his feet. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past it.
Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And a loose football. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends are like...
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hill. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And a short gain down to about the 33. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this 1st quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Mike Daniels getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On third down, it's Hunt, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, check 26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
That's fine now.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. On the stop, Breeland speaks.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Now a play fake here on first down. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Mahomes now to throw. His throw incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packers will get the football at their own 20-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Rodgers, a free play. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go for a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I.
88, 26.
They'll run it with Williams. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. D'Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Mahomes again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Perry. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. The Jets out to the early lead. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now here's Mahomes. And he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This is Kerwin Williams, his first carry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Throwing is Rodgers, finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Rodgers. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail.
Right back to him on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one good carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And an alley to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. That is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. The Chiefs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help him a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Looking deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers now on 1st down. That's complete to Cobb. Touchdown, Packers! Randall Cobb, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They go play action here on 1st down. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Nick Perry in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They pitch it out to Montgomery. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And now here comes Kansas City. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 47 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the 1st of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They go fullback this time, Rob Smith. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Inside.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Green Bay, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.